For every loved R&B singer, there is one who is hated by everyone, starting with Tory Lanez. At first, Tory looked like he had it all. When Say It dropped in 2015, people paid attention. The voice, clean. The samples, fire, and the confidence, off the charts. He wasn't just another R&B singer. He could rap, freestyle, and sing his way around any beat. Some called him the next Chris Brown. Others said he had Drake's cockiness with Bryson Tiller's vibe.
Fuck smiling. 20,000 damn bitches on the island. 20,000 damn bitches going private. She make it clap. I got the strap. 21 gats. Feel like I'm savage. 21 bitches and none of them.
Tory Lanez was on a rocket, and he knew it. He dropped mixtapes that broke SoundCloud. Chixtape 5 hit streaming like a bomb. But sometimes the faster you rise, the harder you fall. Because in July 2020, everything changed. That night in LA, after a party in the Hollywood Hills, the headlines hit like a shockwave. Megan Thee Stallion had been shot. Tory Lanez was the alleged shooter. At first, nobody knew what to believe. Then Megan spoke out. Not once, but multiple times. She said Tory did it, and instead of laying low, he dropped an entire album, Daystar, to deny it. It was 17 tracks of Tory playing the victim while a woman was recovering from bullet wounds, and the internet exploded. This girl said, "You doing everything but taking accountability, laughing my ass off." Then came the trial. The evidence? Damning. The texts? Apologetic. The verdict? Guilty. In December 2022, Tory Lanez was convicted on all 3 felony charges related to the shooting. By August 2023, he was sentenced to 10 years in prison. His team tried to appeal. They claimed bias, mishandling, whatever they could, but the damage was done.
And witness the worst miscarriage of justice that this world has ever seen. You want to know how I feel? I'll tell you exactly how I feel. I got some names that I want to call. Alex Spiro, Desiree Perez, and the whole wicked system of Rock Nation, including you, Jay-Z.
While Tory Lanez burned his career down with one reckless night, Usher was out here doing the exact opposite, building a legacy, brick by brick. When My Way came out in 1997, people took notice. When 8701 dropped, the whole world started watching. But it was Confessions that changed the game. That album sold over 10 million copies. Not because of fancy marketing, but because it connected with people.
Let me just say, this album was one of my most personal records. You know, it's actually the album that, you know, allowed me to get more up close and personal with my fans, as well as tell stories about things that I had experienced in my personal life.
By the mid-2000s, Usher was the blueprint. He could sing, he could dance, he could perform live, and he made it look effortless. There wasn't another artist alive doing what he was doing at that level. R&B wasn't just thriving, it was wearing a diamond-encrusted chain and skating across the stage, and Usher was the one pulling it off. But what truly separates Usher from others isn't just his discography, it's his reach. He didn't just shine, he made other stars shine too. He discovered Justin Bieber, Omarion called him an inspiration, and Beyonce, even she praised his early work as a major influence on male R&B. And just when people started whispering that he was past his prime, he performed at the 2024 Super Bowl on skates while singing live. No auto-tune, no backing track, just raw talent and breath control that made half the industry look lazy.
Sitting down on the set of his latest music video.
It's been a dream of mine and a bucket list, thing to be able to get it. You know, they say, what is it, Oscar, Tony, Grammy, Emmy, right?
Yeah.
You should put Super Bowl on there too, right?
30 years of being this level of successful. What do you attribute that to for yourself?
Because I ain't about to let you forget about me.
This guy said, "I respect Usher for choosing not to lip sync." And this person said, "Can't wait to see y'all hate on Usher. Real performance, no lip sync." While Usher built a legacy fans still celebrate, R. Kelly took a very different path. He had the talent, the voice, the success, but behind the scenes, he was hiding something much darker. Back in the 90s, R. Kelly was unstoppable. I Believe I Can Fly was the soundtrack of graduations, award shows, and NBA highlight reels. Ignition Remix became a cultural reset. Step in the Name of Love, a wedding anthem. He wasn't just the king of R&B, he was its architect, writing hits for Michael Jackson.
Dancing to my music, Ignition, in the car. You know, Michael told me one day, he said, I wonder if you can write a song like Ignition for me. I love that song.
At his peak, he was everywhere, but behind the spotlight, the rumors were already starting to spread. In 1994, he secretly married rising star Aaliyah, who was allegedly just 15 at the time. In 2021, he was found guilty on 9 federal charges, including racketeering and human trafficking. In 2022, he was sentenced to 30 years in prison. The courtroom testimonies revealed decades of patterns, not isolated mistakes. This wasn't about one moment. It was about years of calculated abuse, shielded by fame and ignored by power.
I didn't do this stuff. This is not me. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years.
Even now, the debate hasn't fully died down. This person said, when he said y'all killing me, I gave y'all 30 years. I don't think he was talking about us as the public. I think it was more so towards the industry. R. Kelly's story showed how a legacy can fall apart when the truth finally comes out. But then came an artist who took a completely different approach, The Weeknd. Back in 2010, 3 songs appeared on YouTube from a user named XOXXO. No name, no promo, no face. The songs spread like wildfire. By the time people realized the man behind the music was a Toronto singer named Abel Tesfaye, it was already too late. The myth had begun. He didn't do interviews, he didn't post selfies, he didn't even want to be famous. But fans found him anyway. Because the music, it wasn't just good, it was undeniable.
You don't know what's in store. You know what you're here for. Listen, Joey Styles killed it. Big inspiration right here, baby. You already know what it is. He's gonna blow.
2015's Beauty Behind the Madness was the shift. Can't Feel My Face, The Hills, Earned It, all massive hits. 2016 gave us Starboy. He chopped off his signature hair, teamed up with Daft Punk, reinvented himself again. This fan said, his vocal range and emotive delivery redefined modern R&B, elevating it to cinematic heights. Then came 2021. The Weeknd performed at the Super Bowl. No guests, no distractions, just him, his music, and his vision. And he made it unforgettable. He even spent $7 million of his own money to make sure it looked the way he wanted, and it worked. In 2023, The Weeknd became the first artist in Spotify history to hit 100 million monthly listeners. Blinding Lights became the most streamed song on the platform. And through it all, he stayed mysterious. Our next R&B artist tried to do the same, Omarion, but fans weren't having it. From missed notes to viral memes, his reputation quickly flipped. He had the look, the moves, the fan base. He even had his own moment as the unbothered king of R&B. But somehow, it all fell apart. And now, when people hear Omarion, the first thing they think about isn't music, it's memes, watermelon, and versus else. As the frontman of B2K, he helped them create hits. When he went solo, he dropped O, earned Grammy nominations, and followed it with Icebox. But that was then. Fast forward to 2019 and Omarion was back in the spotlight, just not for the reason anyone expected. Omarion versus Mario, a battle of early 2000s R&B titans. People expected a fun, nostalgic showdown. What they got was a crash landing in real time. Mario came in focused, smooth, and hit every note. Omarion, he brought out props, ate watermelon on stage, did TikTok dances, and worst of all, he missed note after note. While Omarion struggled to hold on to his moment, Chris Brown did the opposite, and never let go. In an industry where talent comes and goes like trends, Chris Brown has managed to do the impossible, stay at the top for nearly 2 decades. From the moment he dropped Run It, at just 16 years old, the world took notice. He wasn't just another R&B kid with a voice, he danced like MJ, performed like a veteran, and moved like the stage belonged to him. Before he was old enough to vote, people were already calling him the next Usher, the next king of R&B.
I was saying, what would I say? Baby, you're a winner. Didn't even take you 12 rounds to do it. Got the title now. I'ma tell the whole world to give it up for my girl.
And somehow, that pressure, he lived up to it. He mastered pop crossovers, slow jams, and club anthems without ever losing his edge. No matter the era, Chris Brown has always been 2 steps ahead of everyone else. But what makes his career different is that it didn't just survive, it evolved again and again. After a rough chapter that would have ended most artists, Chris didn't shrink. He came back with fame and won a Grammy. Team Breezy is one of the most loyal fan bases on earth, selling out stadiums, running up streaming numbers, and defending him like family. Even in 2025, he's doing what few artists ever dream of, headlining a global stadium tour in Europe with Bryson Tiller and Summer Walker. What other R&B artist from the 2000s is still performing like this? Still charting? Still relevant? Chris Brown didn't just survive the storm. He became stronger in it. Call him controversial, call him complicated, but millions of fans call him something else. The greatest performer of his generation. But our next R&B artist took a quieter path, and somewhere along the way, people stopped listening. Let's talk about John Legend. When John Legend first came out, people thought he was special. His debut album Get Lifted earned him 3 Grammys. Ordinary People became an instant classic. He had the voice, the piano, and the kind of soulful energy that reminded people of legends from the past. Then came All of Me, a wedding anthem, a #1 hit, and the peak of his mainstream popularity. But after that, things changed. He started showing up everywhere. Award shows, fundraisers, political events. And instead of getting more love, people started tuning out. His music began to blend together, and fans started calling him overexposed. Then came the Chrissy Teigen backlash. Her online bullying scandals rubbed people the wrong way. And because John stood by her, he caught some of the heat too. On top of that, he became super political. To some, that was powerful. To others, it felt preachy.
Donald Trump is kind of uniquely terrible. It's not wrong for people to be liberal or conservative, but I think it would be helpful if we saw each other's humanity and didn't just demonize people just because we disagree about something.
While John Legend's music started to fade into the background, our next R&B artist stayed consistent, underrated, and always respected. Let's talk about Ne-Yo, the quiet hitmaker who never missed. Before Ne-Yo was winning Grammys, he was already writing hits for your favorite artists. That Mario song you couldn't stop singing, that was Ne-Yo. He wasn't just writing songs, he was launching careers. By 2006, he stepped into the spotlight with In My Own Words and dropped So Sick, a breakup anthem that hit hard and stayed stuck in everyone's head. From there, he didn't miss. He mastered emotional ballads and radio bangers without ever chasing controversy or trends. While others clung to drama or social media, Ne-Yo stayed sharp, stayed smooth, and stayed respected. He wrote for Beyonce, Rihanna, and was even asked to work with Michael Jackson's team.
I met Mike roughly 8 months before he passed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's when you first met him?
That's when I first met him.
That's crazy. So how,
what? You want to work with me? All right, cool. Let's set it up. Let's get it together.
On stage, he brought everything: live vocals, choreography, stage presence. He didn't try to go viral. He gave you a show. Even now, he's still going. His 2022 album, Self-Explanatory, reminded fans he never left. And thanks to TikTok, a whole new generation is just now catching up to what we already knew.